Here he is. Let's welcome Link Ray. Let's welcome Link Ray. Here he is. Let's welcome Link Ray. Here he is. Let's welcome Link.
All right. Boy, I was having some malfunctions there. That's for darn sure. All right. I want to check this out real quick. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So today I have found some stuff that is absolutely crazy that I am there we go. And where am I? I'm trying to find my camera. There we go. I don't know what is going on here. There we go. Okay, cool. Alright. Got too many layers going on. Oh, pretty good. How you doing? So I have found some very interesting things. The biggest thing... okay, I apologize. Oh, cool. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. Right now, I'm looking at the... Oh, I so hate this. I so apologize for this white page. Now, this is the only page. All these other pages and everything, even like YouTube and stuff, I've got on dark mode. And then I have an extension here called Dark Reader, which really helps. But just to show how Autism Speaks is, I leave this page open because this is a Autism Speaks website. So right off the bat, they have this extremely white page that hurts autistic people's eyes. But that's the... Yeah. Well, I mean, you would think that a group called Autism Speaks would... know that, you know, as part of the diagnosis, you know, that light sensitivity thing. Just saying. And they've almost been around for 20 years. But that isn't even the news here. That's so minor. By the way, I'm on what, hour 77. I haven't started my timer yet. Hour 78 of 100 hours of reasons to not support Autism Speaks. But this is what's crazy. Missing is how this is pronounced. MSSNG, Missing, is a groundbreaking collaboration between Autism Speaks, Verily, DNA Stack, Hospital for Sick Children, Sick Kids, and the research community to create the world's largest whole genome sequencing database on autism with deep phenotyping. That's what they're doing here. That is directly, that is genetic research. You know? And the thing is I don't know why the autistic community is not talking about this. We can read about it. Missing's goal is to provide the best resources to enable identification of subtypes of autism. By the way, according to the DSM-5-TR, there is only ASD. Just saying. So technically, there are not until maybe the ACD-10 and the DSM-5-TR, until those change and say something different. There are no subtypes of autism. There is technically no PDA autism. There is no Asperger's as of now. You're autistic or you're not autistic. Which may lead to better diagnostics as well as personalized. We'll change that DNA before that child even is turned into too many cellulars. Because if they have too many cellulars, then the brain already formation, and then we can't make them into neurotypicals, okay? And then we're going to have to... Right? And more accurate treatments. Through an online application process, genetic system application. Remember when we went through the Spark thing just recently? You guys remember the Spark thing? This is the same thing repackaged. And they're saying it right here, brazenly, right here on their website, which is great. But am I reading this wrong? Watch this, it gets even better. Okay, you know how we're getting into AI, and Google has this quantum computer. Look at this. Okay, the missing database built using the Google Cloud Platform and Google Genomics. That is Google AI. Okay. Intends to make its data useful and widely accessible to researchers as possible. That means all researchers. I'm just drinking Mountain Dew. And I have this ancient koozie. It's really, really thick. You don't see them like this anymore. It's from like 25, 30 years ago. Anyway, including access to local computer storage services and providing genomic exploration tools for standard and custom analysis. When whole genome sequences, boy, once you have the whole genome sequence, you know which the phenotyping and so forth, what the switches are, and so forth. No way that could possibly enable eugenics. They know the exact genes. Now, I know we're going to go there no matter what. Okay, but I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think we're mature enough as a species to handle this right now without getting into eugenics. Right. So, am I overreacting here? That's what I want to know. Artists, you still with me? Am I overreacting? Missing's philosophy is to promote and enable open science research with responsible sharing to lead to a better understanding of autism. Okay, if this Autism Speaks started at eugenics, that is, eliminating, they wanted to cure autism. In other words, they wanted to put a shot or give me a shot so my DNA would change or whatever so that I would have a different brain from what I have now, which would unlife me and put another brain in me, or it would be a different person. Um, and the big problem with, quote, curing autism, even if you could, say in vitro or something very early in the pregnancy, or make sure that mom wouldn't never that there would be never be any DNA passed on that a autistic kid would ever be born. And that sounds really good. It sounds cool. I mean, we have lots of symptoms and so forth, and we have what I consider actually more traits. But nonetheless, it sounds good. The problem here is when we go down that road, it's the same as saying, let's not have blonde haired people be born, or let's not have redheads be born. Let's say, and the way I see it is, we are normal human beings. We've been around for 100,000 years at least. Many scientists believe, some scientists believe that other mammals may be autistic too, and that we may have been autistic, had autistic humans before we were actually human beings, when we were other critters. So we've always been there, and if we were to cure autism, then we wouldn't have your Einsteins and your Teslas and your Turings and Galileos and Bill Gates, if you would. So the problem here doesn't stop. It does not stop here, because if we go to Nonprofit Explorer. I'm getting way too good at this. Thank goodness I have a nice fast computer now. Science grant, science grant, science grant, science grant. Now this is not small amounts of money. This is the money that people are donating to Autism Speaks. Baylor College of Medicine, $116,000. Board of Regents, University of Wisconsin, $68,000. Children's Healthcare Atlanta, $114,000. Phoenix Children's Hospital, $358,000. Prisma Health Upstate of Greenville, South Carolina, $144,000. $50,000 goes to Ron, some kind of doctor in Scottsdale, Arizona. A little over $250,000 to Regents University. This is all science grants. This is all science grants. All science grants. We're talking millions and millions of dollars here. $340,000 University of Pittsburgh. $234,000 University of Rochester. $57,000, and this just says science grant. There is no way that every single one of these dollars, that they can guarantee that somehow some of these dollars don't get spent towards technologies that are developed that go towards the capabilities of eugenics. Yeah, it's millions of dollars. I mean, it's right here. I hope you can see it. I hope you can see it. This is the this is on Nonprofit Explorer. Let's see, projects.propublica, nonprofits, organizations. Basically, go Profit Explorer Autism Speaks. Look it up. So now let's go back to where we were. Let's go back. Okay. Starting over. Missing is a groundbreaking collaboration between Autism Speaks, Verily, DNA Stack, Hospital for the Sick Children, Sick Kids, and the research community to create the world's largest whole genome sequencing database on autism with deep phenotyping to cure autism. Oh, okay, it doesn't say to cure autism. I just kind of got a little bit of poetic license going on there. You know what? I just had a a autistic lady from the UK, St. Mary's, London, interviewed me a couple of days ago for a some kind of something she was doing it. Oh, you did? That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. Cool. I'm on hour 78 now. 100 hours I've pledged to do for live reasons not to support Autism Speaks. So that's what I'm doing here. And I think after I do this, I might, because I think before the end of the month, I mean, I could have this done in a few days or a week, just depending on how many hours I do. But I think I'm going to start doing 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, like in the evenings, and just talk about all kinds of different things, because I'm discovering not only things about Autism Speaks, but like the Congressional Autism Caucus does not exist. The only thing that the Congressional Autism Caucus is a thing so that when senators go to the Senate or the House, they can say, hey, do you want to be part of the Autism Caucus? Oh, sure. And then they put that on their resume, the first page of the bio. And Senator so-and-so is also a member of the Autism Caucus, Congressional Autism Caucus. Doesn't that sound awesome? But when you look into it, it doesn't exist. Oh, you live in Scandinavia, really? I'm actually Scandinavian, I found out. I am actually Scandinavian. I'm 60% Scandinavian, Norwegian, Swedish, and Danish, and then 30%. 30%, and this is what's really weird, because this is so Scandinavian too. If you think about it, I'm 30% Scotch, right? But it's from the northwestern side where the Scandinavians came by, settled. And then if you go way down, my family always said we were Welsh. Once again, in all of England, actually, it was actually Wales, in the west coast of Wales, where my DNA was hitting. In Wales, and it's still there today. There's a lot of Scandinavian on the west coast of, well, I mean, it is on the west coast, but on the very coast of Wales. So basically, I am a Scandinavian. I am, quote, it's so funny because, like, me with my personality and my stature and everything, I'm technically Viking. So, grrr, don't freaking mess with me. That's why I'm so mad. That's the attitude, man. So, let's review here again, so we don't lose our place and why this is so important. We're going to go to Nonprofit Explorer. Oh, and that's not even including the lobbying. So this is 990 form, ending March 2023. Okay, and I'm really good at this because I've done this so much. Okay, here's all of our lobbying. Oh, okay, so lobbying is when a special interest group, say autistic people, we go to our senators, and so we get a lot of money together, and what we do is we get together. So let's say there's 50 of us and we raise $5,000. So then we go to a bunch of senators and we promise to give them money for their campaigns, and we start throwing money at them, hoping that they're gonna start passing legislation to help autistic people. Okay, so it's the legal way of paying off politicians in the United States. I just actually literally said that aloud. But I'm sure every system has something. Every country kind of has that. Every free country, they have their ways, you know, to where the businessmen are in cahoots with the politicians. We know that happens. in every country. So you can do it on paper here, though. Okay, so people donate to Autism Speaks, hoping to help autistic people. Okay. In turn, Autism Speaks gives it to science for eugenics to unalive autistic people and to make us no longer exist. Remember, it's like different people have different hair colors, or different people have skin tones. I say we have a different brain tone. We're a normal human being. We've always been around. We've been around way longer than redheads have been. And we don't think of them as abnormal or different. They're just redheads. Well, we're just autistic. Same thing. But they wanted to cure autism. That was the purpose of this organization. And now I know they say that they are not into eugenics. We just already looked, and this says almost the opposite. And this is their webpage on their website. This isn't stuff I'm making up. I just started surfing their website and found it. Missing is the groundbreaking collaboration between Autism Speaks, Verily, DNA Stack, Hospital for Sick Children, Sick Kids, the research community to create the world's largest whole genome sequencing database on autism with deep phenotyping. Well, it's just for early prevention and to help you with your sensitivities. It could never, ever possibly be used for... Okay, the problem is this. When you're starting with genocide, there's no going back. That's like in the United States, the folks who wear the white sheets and the hoods, saying that they represent those people who they were, can I say lynching? That they were hurting. Okay, or Nazi Germany. Oops, I shouldn't have said that word. In Germany, and during World War II, certain people that hurt another group, saying that we represent those people and so forth, when the purpose was to unlife those people. So it would be absurd for those people to say, "Hi, Auntie," that they represented those people who they were trying to unlife in Germany. It would be absurd for the people in white sheets to say they represent the people who they were trying to unlife in the United States. It is absurd for Autism Speaks to say that they speak instead of autistic people. It's just as ridiculous when their starting point was eugenics. And they continue to... This is the thing. If they wanted to actually start over, clean the slate, and have a good reputation, first of all, they need to take the millions and millions of dollars that they, in bonuses, not pay, but bonuses that they give to their employees. They need to get rid of those and not increase pay for anybody ever. Not when you're talking in the six figures. You take all this money that we now know. This is millions and millions of dollars. Look at this. Phoenix Children's Hospital, $358,000. Prisma Health Upstate, whatever that is, $144,000. $50,000. Dr. Ron. Regents of University, California, $258,000. $300,000 to another the same thing in Los Angeles. 132,000 Research Foundation, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. This is not a short list. Here. Even when I scroll through it fast, it's not a short list. You know? So they need to take all these monies, this millions and millions of dollars, and put it directly towards the actually autistic community. And let the actually autistic community decide where those funds go in the autistic community. Howdy, Auntie. I think with their board, I think there's something like 30 people on the board. then at least 16 of those people should be actually autistic people from the actually autistic community, not the autism mom, Autism Speaks, ABA community, the people who are brainwashed into ABA at the beginning. Right. Exactly. Because let's say we wanted to do research for autism, for our sensitivities or whatever. The only organization I would not wanting to be involved at all would be Autism Speaks. Period. They can never ever be trusted. But if we want research, we can go do that at other organizations. But Autism Speaks has lost its validity. It never really had validity. But it is showing that it continues to do this genetic research that autistic people so much hate. Why? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why they're doing this. And I can prove it. Because they don't care about autistic people. Oh my God. They don't care what we think. Well, okay, that's a big, bold statement for me to make. Isn't it? I shouldn't be saying that. Okay, I am going to put puzzle piece here. This is their site. Puzzle piece logo. Boom, here we go. The puzzle piece, with its current spectrum of colors, is meant to be representative of the spectrum of perspectives and experience autistic people may have. They don't know for sure if we have them or not. This is the juicy part. This is the unbelievable part. We believe our updated, more colorful color piece represents inclusivity and optimism. As we, Autism Speaks, look towards a future of progress for those on the autism spectrum. They knew when they changed this, when they put this little rainbow, the color in the puzzle piece, that people had problems with the blue and that they had problems with the puzzle piece itself. So what they're saying here, knowing that, this is their defense. We believe that our updated, so Autism Speaks believes that Autism Speaks updated, more colorful color piece represents inclusivity, and optimism as we look towards a future of progress for those on the autism spectrum. For those on the autism spectrum. Yeah, they hardly change it, but to see what they're saying, we don't care what you think, autistic community. We believe that our updated, more colorful color piece represents inclusivity and optimism. We don't care what you think. Autism Speaks looks towards a future of progress for those. Actually, instead of those. They say for those, but the way they act is instead of those. It's not even for those. On the autism spectrum. And see how that separation from them, they definitely, for those on the autism spectrum, definitely made a separation between them, that they had already made this pious, we believe we're more wise than you autistic people. The more colorful color puzzle piece represents, remember, this is the Autism Speaks website. Okay, this is the Autism Speaks website. You can go here yourself. Go to the little hourglass there and put in puzzle piece, and this will pop up. It is so weird. They give me so much material. Like, I don't have to make anything up. All I have to go to is go to their site and read what they say. Right? It's like unbelievable. It is so totally unbelievable. I want another subscriber on my YouTube channel. I'm bummed out. I went all day yesterday and I did not pick up one subscriber. I was trying so hard. I was live all day. Oh, by the way, if you can share, if anybody follows you guys or anything, please share. That's cool. I don't know how you do share lives or anything, but I guess that's supposed to be a deal. Yesterday I had eight whole peoples listening to me all at the same time. Okay, I want to see if I can do this. Oh, darn it, it only... Okay, I got to figure out how to make this work on... I've got some videos and stuff that I made, and right now they're only working on OBS, and I need them to show up on my main screen. I don't know how to do that yet. Let's see. I don't know how to do it, darn it. I'm going to have to go back through. I put it on... yeah, you heard it, but saying is the bad part. Yeah, you heard it. Yeah, if you were on YouTube, you could hear it. But okay, I'll just... This is my inspiration... maize... corn... video. And I am not even going to tell you. That's on YouTube. I am not even going to tell you what I'm doing there in that video. I just feel sorry for my wife. That's all I got to say. I'm making the faces and everything. I start with this kind of angelic face looking up with prayer hands, and then as the music comes in, I start just I guess chair twerk. I don't know. Grinding around making faces that, oh, I hope to goodness my wife never has to see. I will never ever get lucky again in my life. Oh man, this is so bad. So now we've just so we've gone over this DNA stuff where they're flatly saying missing is a groundbreaking collaboration between Autism Speaks, Verily DNA Stack, Hospital for Sick Children, which is sick kids, and the research community to create the world's largest whole genome sequencing database on autism with deep phenotyping. We also know that they are giving millions and millions and millions of dollars donated to Autism Speaks are still going to science grants, quote, science grants, that we'll never know for sure where all the dollars went to or how they may or may not apply to eugenics. Just saying. And with Autism Speaks history, we just don't know. We can't say. So, moving right along, and it just keeps on going. It keeps on going with... Oh, nope, that's the Better Business Bureau. Where is it? Open Secrets. Here we go. Shaboom! Look at this. $134,000 going to the National Congressional Committee. There's Norwegian? It says Scandinavian. I'm guessing Norway. I'm guessing. Excuse me. What is going on here? Committee. I don't know why this is doing this. I have this weird window off to the side that I don't like. Okay, get me there. Get out of here, window. Okay. So watch this. Okay, we're gonna backtrack here. So This is opensecrets.org. This tracks money that is given to candidates and office holders. And as I told the Scandinavian fellow, yeah, that was you, wasn't it? When we were talking earlier. Um. So yeah, I was telling Garpe that about the lobbying basically is how we pay off our politicians and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Remember? Anyway, so we were talking about that, and so this is the lobbying. This is the money, and so what they do, and this is I got to read this out. The organization itself did not donate. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, or owners, and those individuals' immediate family members. So if the CEO of Autism Speaks wants to give his husband or his wife, whatever, he tells his husband, "Can you give $50,000 to Autism Speaks, or no, to this Republican or whatever in the name of Autism Speaks, because we just have $50,000 to just throw around." And so here we see this is the National Republican Congressional Committee. This group, their purpose is National Republican Committee's Congressional Committee is a political committee devoted to increasing the number of Republicans in the House of Representatives. So this whole committee, their job is to get make Republicans get elected in the House of Representatives, and autism people very, very extremely close to Autism Speaks have given $132,000 in the name of Autism Speaks so that Republicans from the National Republican Congressional Committee can be elected into the Republicans into the House of Representatives. Why is Autism Speaks names having? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And the thing is the DNC. This is the DNC Service Corp. They're a lot better organization. They at least are Democrats that are involved with the social type issues, but they only got $1,300. Now, this is a list of the politicians that they gave money to. Now, the blue here, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven Democrats they gave to, and then one Republican. But this is like $75. The biggest amount here is $370. So it's not much. So I just think it's, and then $370,000 in lobbying, and that goes. I don't know exactly where all that money goes to, the $370,000 overall, and the lobbying. And a lot of it's. I mean, it is legal, but I don't know that it's all really ethical. And a lot of people can make very good arguments that know about it, that more than I am, that is completely more than I do, that will say that it's completely ethical and be right. I don't know. Well, that's the weird thing. So, okay, this is how, okay. The reason that they're giving all this money to the politicians from, we'll go back to Open Secrets. Okay, so the way it works is, okay, so I'm the CEO of Autism Speaks. My wife gives Autism Speaks $100,000 in the name. Wait, gives it to Alred colon. No, we don't want to give it to a colon. Oh, here's Joe Biden. She gives $50,000 to Joe Biden, his candidacy for president, whatever, in the name of Autism Speaks. And then what we're hoping is that he's going to vote on laws and so forth because we helped get him elected by giving him money to advertise. The idea is that hopefully now he's buddy buddy because we gave him a bunch of money, and maybe when laws are made, they might be written in such a way, like say on Autism Speaks, they might be written in such a way that, like grants and so forth, and laws might be written in such a way that only Autism Speaks qualifies for said grant or is applicable for a such tax break or whatever. And so that's kind of how that works. And I mean, I cannot say that's exactly how it goes in this, but it's the general idea of how these kind of things work. My father was a corporate executive. He literally was. I was running around, not being seen, but when there were like multi-million-dollar deals being cut, these people sitting there having beers, talking, and they were making multi-million-dollar deals. So then they would go back to the big corporation and go tell the quote committee at the big round table, what they were going to do after having beers with like my dad and other business owners and stuff. My dad was more of a broker, I guess. He got people together. Is what he did, kind of. He was literally a Texas oil man. Okay. So, we have this genome issue going on here that we talked about. We have lobbying and giving. Okay, with the genome issue, we have all millions and millions and millions of dollars going to these science grants. We have them openly saying they don't care about the autistic community and what they think. They're going to do what they want to do because that's what they think they want to do. We believe, okay, Autism Speaks believes that Autism Speaks updated, more colorful puzzle piece represents inclusivity and optimism. As Autism Speaks looks toward a future of progress for all those on the autism spectrum, for those, instead of those on the autism spectrum. So, and we follow the contributions and the lobbying money. That, remember, we do have to give this caveat. The organization itself did not donate. Rather, the money came from the organization's individual, like the CEO's family members, or the founders, or the president's family members, or some of the upper executive staffs. They might have personally gave some. And see, and this is why you get those huge bonuses and stuff. One of the reasons why. What they do is they say, okay, go ahead and give, $50,000, and then we'll reimburse you 60 or whatever. So that way that money is basically covered up, and then they get a $60,000 bonus or whatever, and that's how it kind of gets paid back within house. That, like I said, this is a hypothetical kind of thing. I don't know that Autism Speaks is doing any of this stuff directly. I don't know their business workings. Or owners and those individual family members. So it's the money came from the organization's individual members, employees, or owners, and those individuals' immediate family members. That's a lot of money. That's $500,000. That is $500,000 we're talking about there. So, do we want to see the Halloween? Let's go on to Halloween. How are we projecting? We're going to go on to Halloween now. Autism by George. But first, we are going to review Halloween. What am I talking about? This is, I think his name was Michael. I was corrected. I said it was Jason before, and I got in so much trouble. Halloween theme song. Okay.
Harbor Freight knows skill is important because
Okay,
on any
creepy
given
music
day,
time.
we're all
Creepy. You guys remember this? Why in the hell would I be playing that? I mean, why would I be doing that? Because this is on the Autism Speaks website, okay? This thing. I just pulled this up from the Autism Speaks website. Okay? Listen to this video.
As you may have already noticed, I sometimes get frustrated when I get interrupted or when something doesn't go as planned.
You can't predict how it's gonna go, George!
Or when something unexpected happens, or when I make a mistake, or when I don't get called on, or when
I'm in mixed beats. Oh, come on, wait. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna be jamming here. I'm gonna mix some beats here. I'm mixing.
I sometimes get
I gotta turn this one
frustrated
down.
when I get interrupted or when something doesn't go as planned.
You can't predict how it's gonna go, George!
Or when something unexpected happens, or when I make a mistake, or when I don't get called on, or when I'm...
This is not me, people. This is not me. Auntie Kristen, I swear this is not me. This is Autism Speaks. This is Autism Speaks, video by George. And let me see. Okay. This is Kimberly Kane. This is actually her thing. But this came from... Let me see. I'm going to try to put George... Whoops, not. This is Open Secrets. I'm going to put George here. George... Okay, here it is. Okay, this is Autism Speaks. Boys, touching video. It's a touching video. Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. Holy hell. Oh, my God. Boy's touching video about his autism goes viral. And then she's licking her. And then we get...
I sometimes get frustrated when I get interrupted or when something doesn't go as planned.
You can't predict
Oh, I lost my other...
Or when something unexpected happens, or when I make a mistake, or when I don't get called on, or
Oh,
when
come on.
You're free to enjoy your dreams. Bundle auto, home, and life and save up to
Oh,
25%.
I'm so sad.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Okay.
Or when I don't get a turn.
Hey, wait, now...
Those
Oh,
last
now
two
I
are
hate
just
it.
two
Now it's
things to
rolling.
be frustrated about.
I don't know
and
where it's
I'm
at.
a kid just like you. 'Cause all
Where's it at? There it is. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, that was... Oh, I am so sorry. Why is this not... This should be... There we go. Okay. So, yeah, that was... Okay, was I mistaken there? You also on YouTube, was I mistaken there when I kind of took that as a like, what is that, Michael? Is that what that character's name was in Halloween? Okay, was I mistaken? I mean, we were jamming there. I thought I was mixing a little, you know. That's my first time to ever mix. Yeah, I was doing it like a pro. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Okay. Let's see what. And this is right from the Autism Speaks website. That's what's the funny thing. What was that? Gosh, what was that kid's name? Yeah. Okay, and I don't think it was a mistake though. I don't think it was a mistake at all. Particularly when I laid over the music together. I'm not even skilled. And it was like it was there. I mean, yeah, it sounded like there was a slight echo or something. Like it was making it even more eerie, actually. Let's look at the ableist pledge. It's like randomly. Okay, so we're going to start over here. So we start with this nice white page because Autism Speaks. After almost 20 years now. They started Autism Speaks in 2005. Please excuse me, I'm belching from this Mountain Dew. So it's been almost 20 years, and they don't know that bright white lights hurt autistic people's eyes. And this is the only page I don't dark whatever Autism Speaks, because I just want to show people how disrespectful, how little attention is actually paid to autistic people. And I do want to thank Autism Speaks, my most faithful viewer. I think they might be watching right now on YouTube. Oh boy. I have a follower on YouTube that doesn't ever want to say hello. Won't say hello, won't say hi. So let's look at the ableist pledge because it's going to be fun. Today, misconceptions of autism and the frequency in which people are excluded threaten to access the vital information. Threaten to access the vital information, resources, and support autistic people and their families need. So we're speaking as an authority. Respect my authority. An authority on autistic people. See that? Today's misconceptions of autism and the frequency in which people are excluded threaten access to the vital information, resources, and public support autistic people and their families need. So they're setting themselves up as the authority. Respect my authority. Now we have belittled autistic people and disqualified them by omission as being experts or knowing anything about autism. My grandmother was diagnosed schizophrenic, as was my mother. Now, I know my mother was schizophrenic, or was not schizophrenic. She was actually autistic, and I'm pretty sure my grandmother was actually autistic too. Now, back in the 60s, they did not diagnose women with anything pretty much but schizophrenia. They didn't get diagnosed with autism. I did, even when I was a kid. Boys didn't, like me, didn't get diagnosed as being autistic. So we've got 2 generations there. Grandmother, mother, myself. I'm autistic. My kids are autistic. And I have 1 grandkid that might be autistic. We're talking like 5 generations there. 4 or 5 generations. Even if it was 3. 3 generations of knowledge and experience from different perspective of child to parent to, grandparent. To not qualify that as being an expert, and then being autistic, a lot of people like me, your advocates and so forth, tend to have a lot of expertise on autism because it's just our special interest. And I'm not saying that I am an expert at diddly squat because I'm not. Right. Oh, my mother. Ooh. Okay, she was the kind of artistic. When we walked into a store, and this is really sad because I resented her for this when I was little. She literally would shake. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't even a stem. She was shaking. This shaking. She was always so nervous. Her voice shook. And when we walked into a store or whatever, she also just dressed in such a way that it looked kind of sloppy and stuff like, and because she just didn't know how to dress herself. So this is like 70s, 80s. If we walk into a store or whatever, and every head would turn and look at us and give me these looks of pity and disgust, and I didn't want to go out into town. I didn't want to be seen with her. And I had no idea. I knew something was wrong with her head. I was told that she took drugs and fried her brain. That's what I was told. And that's not what happened. So I'm going to reread this because I've gotten off topic again. I can't imagine that would ever happen with me. And we're going to look at this pledge. Today, misconceptions of autism, the frequency in which people are excluded, threaten access to the vital information, resources, and support autistic people and their families need. The World Autism Month and beyond, this World Autism Month and beyond, join Autism Speaks. Don't join autistic people. See, now we're qualifying Autism Speaks as the expert again. We're reinforcing what we already did, what we've already done. So this is where we repeat to reinforce an idea to give it validity. Join Autism Speaks to fearlessly stand for a world where autistic people are recognized and have the opportunities they deserve. It's what do they call that? Like Usain Bolt used to do. Dab? They call that dab or whatever? Yeah. I'm like so not cool. Howdy. So this is the pledge. I will be a true friend and advocate for all autistic community, of the full autistic community. Okay, I will be a true friend and advocate of the full autistic community. Okay. I have no idea why I could not read that. I will respect and support those with autism because it's a disease. Now they just changed some of the, like this right here, that they would have said the full community with, or full, for those, well, maybe they would have said autistic community here, but they changed the language a lot. Around the 30th or 31st, right before this month, March 30th or 31st, because they started using some, like right here, autistic individuals. It didn't say that before. I know it didn't say that before then. And I've got it on tape too. I just haven't gone back to look at it. I don't care. Anyway, so now they are saying some identity first. But everywhere before, it was with autism and always framed as if it was a disease. At least now they are starting to use some identity first language. Now, I don't care if any autistic people, what kind of language they want to use. I do not give a flying cahootie. Whatever that is. I have no clue. The problem is when Autism Speaks, who has always characterized autism as a disease, as people having autism. I have a huge problem with Autism Speaks using identity first language, or excuse me, person first language, a person with autism, because that characterizes it. It can be taken as it's a disease, and they've always characterized it as a disease, and we know this. So, no, and I don't even care if other organizations use that term, because they don't have the problem with genocide. They don't have those same issues. Right? So, anyway, moving right along. I will respect and support those with autism and champion acceptance, not just awareness of differences. I will clarify misconceptions about autism. This entire thing is I will speak instead of autistic people. Going to be a champion of acceptance instead of autistic people, because we haven't mentioned any autistic people, like, you know, like from their perspective at all. I will clarify misconceptions about autism and guide others to reputable sources to help them on their journey. I will challenge others to provide meaningful opportunities for autistic individuals. See, usually it said people with autism. And see how they change the lettering. I think this is because of me. But I don't know why these pages are still white. I created a website on Vistaprint I was trying to get people in my local county, atheists, to get together for like a meetup kind of thing or whatever. So I created a website, but all this white space, every part of this, you can choose what color you make it. And it's just a click. It's just like going into Paint or something, or if you're doing a video on TikTok or something like that, you just hit it, you know, to change the color of the lettering or whatever on any kind of app. Same thing. Really easy. It's just you click on it and, you know, and you're there. I will challenge others. See, me. I. Darn it. That's my next one. I'm gonna go. That's gonna be my next sound bite. Is I. Darn it. That, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put in that clip. I'm gonna have to figure out. I have a Stream Deck. I don't know if you're aware of what those are, but basically it's like a bunch of buttons and stuff that I can control my OBS with, and actually TikTok and stuff like that if I wanted to. But right now I set it up, but then I didn't realize it would only play on the OBS, and I need it to play over on my main screen so TikTok can also pick it up. So, of course, I have to thank and give credit to Autism Speaks, my most faithful viewer. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You can always pop in the chat and say hello. I definitely appreciate it. Autism Speaks won't talk to me. Okay, so this is a very old paper that I found. But the thing is the fact that it is so old is what's so terrifying. Because these numbers haven't changed much. Not a whole lot. They're still all in the six figures. This is in 2016, Autism Speaks payroll. Angela Geiger, who was the CEO, got $450,000. The CEO now gets $650,000, and I can prove that. We'll go back to the Nonprofit Explorer. This is 2003, and it's just below the grants. Here we go. I'm getting to know these way too good, huh? So the sum of columns of all these different types. Here's some bonuses. That says 130,000. I am sure. Wow, I just whistled. I am sure that it's a much more. But we got 627,000 here. The next, the chief science officer. I think this is hilarious. How do they have a chief science officer at Autism Speaks? They're like, Chief Science Officer, come to the bridge. They're all got their hitting their thing here. Wait, this side, yeah. Chief Science Officer, come to the bridge. What? Chief Operating Officer? No, probably not. And the thing is let's say he was. Let's say that the chief science officer had something to do with science. That is $293,000. Oh no, $364,000 we could save a year. Right? Because we wouldn't need a science officer if there wasn't all those grants going to science. Chief operating officer, and there's probably a grant officer or some junk. I don't know. And it doesn't give me, and this doesn't give me. Angela Geiger still. Why is she still on the payroll? Why is Angela Geiger still on the payroll? She is not working there. Okay, rabbit hole. Now they decide. This is not a federal thing. Right? This is not a federal thing of who decides who gets compensation for how many years. Angela Timashika? She is very white to have a name like that. Timashika. Shanika. Timashika? Angela Timashika? That is not white. You cannot have that name. That is not... No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a cool name. It's a cool name. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in so much trouble. Oh, Pink! Pink! Wait, did I see Pink? What was going on? What happened, Pink? I tried to message you and nothing would go through. It said that you were banned. You were a bad girl. So they... You probably were there in your tank top talking like normal, and they probably got you for violence or something because you're an amputee or something. Like what the? No, I mean they're. I don't know, but I'm gonna make sure we get emails or something like that. I want to show you some stuff that I don't want to put on MTV on YouTube. It used to be up there all the time, but it's Reverend Faithful, and it is so awful. Reverend Faithful is a character I made that I was making fun of televangelists. My cousin was like a televangelist type dude. He was a mega evangelist type guy. And he was doing the earbud things and everything else like they did in the 80s. Oh, I've gotten some weird violations too. Anyway, so I made up this character, and basically, like, if you think of the worst scandals that not that every televangelist has been in, but you could possibly think, you could possibly imagine, like running flop houses or whatever, I go there with that character. But I present it like it's like he's a valid preacher. So it's very, very not tasteful at all. It's really bad. So I don't know if I want to put it back up on my YouTube channel. The Righteous Gems? No. Okay, so in her first year she revived. Okay, it says she joined. Maybe she is still in Autism Speaks. I'm going to put Autism Speaks here. Oops, try to put it. I'm trying to figure out why she's getting money. She was the president in 2016. She's not now. So usually when somebody's a president, they don't step down. Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't step down and like take some other position. Usually they leave. Once they're CEO, I've never heard of a CEO stepping down and taking some kind of other position. Ever. 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 Because they're too pompous to do that. These are leaders. They don't look back. I don't know how else to say it. Oh. Okay, this is 2021. Today, Tim Shanika and Autism Speaks Board of Directors Geiger will step down as president and CEO of Autism Speaks later this year. This comes after a 5-year tenure as Miss Geiger introduced new strategic vision of Autism Speaks. What? That's 2021. She's still on the payroll, though. Pink? Okay, Pink. Okay. I am finding too much crap. Okay, this is Angela Geiger. Okay, Angela Geiger, former president. It says it right here. Former president, or former, CEO and president. This is the 2000. Well, it says 2022. It's like the 2022 form that's for 2023, and it's the 2023 form. Anyway, she has not been on the payroll since 2021. Why is she getting over $250,000 a year? They often make them step down, but keep paying them. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't see that. I was a kid. When I saw the corporate stuff. I mean, I don't know all the inner workings and stuff. I know some of them, well, a lot of them, and I also ran a small business. So, and also like when you're in sales, you also learn a lot of this stuff. So Angela Geiger is still on the payroll. It's 2023, so 2 years later. And we don't have any other former anything. So this is their pension that they choose. Remember, this is their organization. They can do with it whatever they want to. This is not the government saying you have to give her compensation for 50 years. This is them choosing to pay someone who is not working for the organization. I don't work for the organization. Give me $237,000. Wait, $237,353. $353. Woo! Wow. I'm not working there. Yeah, but Pink, I'm not working there either. Okay, Pink, I can't show you this right now. Okay, this is just the audio, and I start out with the praying hands like this. I can show you kind of what it looks like. Are you ready? Yeah, that's it. That's my inspiration porn. I got inspiration porn for this channel now. That's my inspiration porn. Am I gonna get in trouble for that? Corn. I was talking about maize. Corn on the cob. Maize. Yeah, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for that. What I did is I put it on my OBS on an accident, and I got to put it so that it'll show up on my main screen. I just have to figure out how to do it. Yeah, the middle band. That's what we were talking about, and then this one. This is a Blair Witch.
I'm so scared.
Because we have Autism Speaks always puts out a lot of scary stuff. So I had the flashlight and everything on that one. Yeah. So I'm going to get that put back over. I made a bunch of little things. I'm going to figure out how to get them back here on the main page. Okay, so once again, I leave Autism Speaks page all white just to show how they don't pay attention to the fact that autistic people are light sensitive, usually, part of the diagnosis, pretty much. But they evidently don't know that. So she is the CEO. So I think that's another question I need to ask. In fact, I need to record this real quick, so I remember. But this is definitely a question. I'm gonna have to bookmark this. I'm bookmarking so much stuff, but this is actually something to come back to, even after I get done with this month. I think I'll remember when I see this. Tima Shanika? That's what it is. It's Tima Shanika. Tamika Shanika. Kalelia. This is actually Palalia. Tamika Shanika. No, that's not really Palalia. But now I'm going to start going Tamika Shanika, and it will be. I'll be like, no! I did it to myself. That is so weird, though, that Tamika Shanika is still on the payroll. She got paid a lot of money. A lot of money. And she's still on the payroll. And I know where the payroll is. Doo-dah. Doo-dah. Yeah, and it's got to be the same person. So I think that's something, that's a question that they should be answering. Why are you paying someone that doesn't even work there? And I don't work there, and I demand a paycheck. That was me trying not to beat on my oak desk too hard. I'm good at not working there. In fact, it would probably be a really good idea to pay me not to work there, because you don't want me to work there. Okay, Pink. Right, Auntie. And I went to see if there's any other form or anybody, but I think this is a valid question to answer. Now, they're probably going to say something about long service, since he was from 2016 to 2021. Long service, and that was their policy, blah, 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 blah. She probably made the policy. But I've never heard of an organization paying I understand compensation. This is not compensation. This is payroll. This is payroll. Officers, directors, trustees, key employees, and highest compensated employees. Maybe that's going to fit under trustees or something. I don't know. I think this is crazy. I think this is definitely something that Autism Speaks should be answering to. And the thing is how does this happen that every single day I do this, I find something new? Right? I think I might need to save this other... No, I don't need to save that one. Yeah, I probably need to save this one, though. Okay. Wow. I just see how I can just go down rabbit holes with this, and how easy it is to just go down these rabbit holes. Howdy, mystery person and YouTube. I would like to take this time to say thank you to Autism Speaks, which I think is watching on YouTube right now, which is cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't forget about these white pages here. Really, it's you got to change that. I got a program here. Watch this. I can do it right here. Okay, now it's not going to do it. But anyway, this program, because I turned it off for Autism Speaks, but you can, let's see. Yeah, I'll be able to turn it on and off here. Watch. Boop, 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 boop. It's that easy. It's that easy, Autism Speaks. You just click on it like you're changing the your font's color. You just click on the page, right click on the page, go to the color, boom, done. You got to be in the website though. Advocates and other stakeholders. Ms. Geiger created Next Gen Vision. We don't care, and they're not talking about this Next Gen Vision, whatever it is. While significant progress has already been made in expanding autism awareness, and that was very true. That did happen. Well, not really awareness. Awareness that there is autism, not awareness of autism or about autism. The new mission went forward further towards increasing understanding. That's good. Acceptance of people with that disease, autism. And included a deliberate strategy to acknowledge diversity across the spectrum and throughout the lifespan. See that this is like their canned sentence, and so many people, it's just so canned. These new initiatives, but we know this has been going on since 2021. They've been using that canned sentence. They use that sentence with the when they go to like the UN and to the Congress and all that stuff. I'm just skimming over this because nothing interesting. Now they're bragging about this. This is 2021. Additionally, under Geiger's leadership, Autism Speaks invested $300 million in research. $1 million. I need to get Dr. Evil to help me out with that one. $1 million. She successfully delivered the organization mission-based. Well, we don't care. And now it's talking about electing the new person, which became Keith Largo. So really, it's not saying anything, unfortunately. I was really hoping we would get something. And then on a lot of these pages like this, they close it out with about autism and about Autism Speaks. It always goes back to Autism Speaks. See all these connections here? $1 million. I'm going to see if I can... Not sent. This account you're trying to contact has been suspended. May not be able to receive your messages. It's still not working. Oh, you know what I ought to do? I don't know how to redo TikTok. I might have to reset my TikTok or something. And also see if anybody else, if you got another friend that can message you, if that's given that message, find out if it's me or you. Maybe Pink's not back. Anyway. So, yeah, that's interesting. So, it's just an article, really. It's nothing in particular. I was hoping it would give us a clue as to why they're still paying her. That is so weird. Do non-pay ex-CEOs. If they do not... Okay. I was like... If the founder or CEO worked for the nonprofit organization, they would not be an employee and paid like any other employee. If they do not work for the organization, they would not make any money. Okay. Oh, thank you, Auntie. So this is interesting. This is just randomly me looking this up about nonprofits. The real salary scandal. Okay, this is talking about, this is generally talking, okay, this is the real salary scandal. And now this is not, this is a general statement, not specifically about Autism Speaks, but this is about how for-profit nonprofits and stuff like that work. If you knew all about nonprofits come from the media, you might think that scandalous overpayment of non